Hello again, my name is Ernest Kojo-Manu. Let's settle for the details now. The Ghana Health Service has commissioned the Volta Public Health Emergency Operations Center stationed in Home. The facility would serve as a central command center to respond to public health threats, to control and minimize the spread and effects of infectious diseases. This is in line with Article 13 of the International Health Regulation, which indicates that countries should strengthen and maintain the capacity to respond promptly and effectively to public health risks and emergencies.
The establishment of the Volta Regional Public Health Emergency Operations Center was through a collaboration between the Ghana Health Service, Korean International Cooperation Agency, the U.S. Center for Disease Control, and other agencies. The center would serve as a central command center to coordinate and respond to public health threats in the Volta region. Speaking at the short commissioning ceremony, the Director General of the Ghana Health Service, Dr. Patrick Kuma-Abuaji, outlined the features of the center.
Tracking of Marburg virus and monkeypox cases, conducting an after-action review of diseases such as yaws, scabies, outbreaks in the north, which occurred in the northern region, and most importantly, also conducting media scans to track rumors ongoing in the region. And so, when people are talking on radio about their feelings about the effects on things, we get to know who are they, what are the age groups, where are they located, so we can target messages.
The country director of COICA, Mohoin Kon, underscored the significance of the Emergency Operations Center.
This intervention came at a very opportune, especially as Ghana, like COVID-19 pandemic, as well as the Marburg and monkeypox virus. Thus, the establishment of national and the regional unity is indeed crucial. Now more than ever to respond to future public health emergency.
The Korean ambassador to Ghana, His Excellency Lim Jan-taek, said his country would continue to support Ghana to build a robust health infrastructure.
The government of the Republic of Korea places a high priority on the improvement of health system in Ghana. Under the second phase of the Global Health Security Agenda, with a grant budget of 10 million US from the COICA, we plan to help establish 10 additional regional emergency operations centers nationwide in Ghana.
The Volta Regional Minister, Dr. Archibald Lecha, outlined interventions being undertaken to strengthen the region's emergency response system.
1. The establishment of a regional infectious disease center with a 40-bed facility and a separate 27-bed capacity intensive care unit, all under the auspices of the whole teaching hospital. Number 2, the construction of 2 20-bed capacity fully equipped infectious disease intensive care units at the Keta Government Hospital and the Ketu South Municipal Hospital, which will be ready for commissioning in the next few weeks. 3, the establishment of 2 prefabricated, fully equipped public health laboratories at the Aplau border and Hohwe to enhance disease surveillance along our major borders. Together with our partners, we have significantly strengthened our emergency preparedness and response capacity.
Representatives from the U.S. Embassy and World Health Organization emphasized their continuous support to ensure universal health coverage in Ghana. Fred Kwame Asari, JoyNews. Who
Many thanks for staying with us here on News Desk. Let's do some other stories now. And COCOBOD in Volta and Oti regions has partnered security agencies to help bring incidents of cocoa beans smuggling into neighboring countries under control. As the new purchasing season opens, the Producer Price Review Committee has earlier in October announced 21% increase in producer price. The move, according to COCOBOD, is to support farmers to earn decent income and also kept smuggling of the produce into neighboring countries. Peter Senu has more on the following report.
October 6, 2022, the Producer Price Review Committee announced 21% increase in producer price for cocoa beans. This means that a 64-kilogram bag of cocoa beans would be selling for 800 Ghana cedis, accounting for 140 Ghana cedis increase from 660, the previous price. According to the manager for Cocoa Board for Volta and Oti regions, Delali Wisdom Amehame, discussions on the price increase after the announcement have not helped but to encourage farmers to engage in smuggling.
After the announcement of the new producer price, we have watched, listened carefully from the airwaves, and we are very much concerned about the development. Some of the people are arguing that the price we have given to the farmers is not enough. Some say we should have given more. Judging from the development, it is eating into the heads of some of the farmers. And if this wrong impression is not corrected, it will go a long way to affect the industry, especially Volta region.
He said the region has been noted for smuggling over the past years, but it is worth noting also that the region is used as transit route by smugglers from other regions.
Over the years, Volta region has been noted for smuggling of cocoa beans, but we want to put it on record that others from other regions also do smuggling cocoa through Volta region. We are therefore informing the whole public, farmers in Volta region, that the true state of the issue is that the price of 800 Ghana cedis per bag is commensurate enough. So far, I'm told 89% of the FOB price have been given to farmers. It means all the total money we took from the syndicated loan, 89% is going to the farmers.
On the part of the farmers, the price increase is welcome, but would want the state to pay promptly through the purchasing companies and also supply inputs on time. This would help resist the temptation of smuggling into neighboring countries where there is ready cash for sales.
The increment of the government price is very good for the farmers. But the only thing we need is the availability of the money. If without the money, it can cause smuggling. That is the main issue or the main thing about smuggling. Most of the time, it may be by 2 months, 3 months, there is no money in the other societies or companies over here. No money. So, no money, then the Togolese will motivate them with their money.
What we want the government to do now is money should be available, prompt payment. We don't want history to repeat itself. Last year like this, you can sell your cocoa, you will be waiting, at times 2 months, 1 month, and the money will not pay to you back. They will split them, they will split the money, and you don't know what to do with the money. So this year we are pleading that the government will make it sure that money will be available for us.
The security agencies have affirmed their support and readiness to bring smuggling of the foreign exchange earner to the barest minimum. Peter Senu for JoyNews.
Now, the Center for Indigenous Knowledge and Organizational Development, as part of measures taken to encourage agroecological farming methods, which improves food production and farmers' income, while at the same time protecting the soil, water, and the climate, is organizing quiz competitions amongst junior high school pupils in the Techiman municipality of the Bono East region. Lead facilitator for the project, Opwa Dajo James, said the move, which seeks to introduce the younger generation to agroecology, would also help in the mitigation of climate change. And Nasabet reports.
order to achieve nutrition for all in a changing climate. The Center for Indigenous Knowledge and Organizational Development, CICOD, believes that it is important for agroecology to be promoted in every public, national and international policy concerning agriculture, food security and nutrition. The center has for years focused on agroecology and in recent times working on introducing school-going children to be aware of the necessity of caring about the world around us and the environment in general. As a result, the center is organizing quiz competitions for junior high school pupils in some selected districts. Okpakwajo James is a member of the Ghana Agroecology Movement and the lead facilitator for CICOD Junior High School Quiz Competition in the Techiman municipality.
For me, the competition is necessary because climate change, and for that matter, agroecology, is a topic of general discussions. The change we want to see will not just happen today. It will be years. By then, some of us will be fading out of the system. So it's better to add the youth into the picture, to bring them into the picture. And we believe that getting these students to understand this concept will spread the topic, along. You see, so the youth, they will take the mantle very soon. And so whatever you are doing, we need to, engage them. That's why we are basically doing this.
James is of a strong conviction that there is the need to introduce climate change-related topics in the basic school curricula to enable the young generation know more about its relevance.
If they actually want to talk about climate change as a serious issue, we need to incorporate that into our education system or the curriculum. Because some of the students learn some of those things from the school. Before they leave school, they understand the concept. So, this popular saying that catch them young and they shall be yours forever. So when we introduce these things at the early stages, they pick it up from there and they learn better when they are young. So before the child even leaves school, he knows what agroecology is. And agroecology, is one of the ways we are using to mitigate the effect of climate change. So if he knows about agroecology, definitely he's going to learn about climate change.
Safonyanku Gilbert is a teacher at the Agusa SDA Junior High School. He believes that the competition is helping improve the pupils' knowledge on climate change and more of such competitions need to be organized.
So I'm even overwhelmed because of what I saw today. Me as a teacher myself, I think I would love and I will tell the government to encourage this so that it will help the students a lot. Because I know that when they encourage this in their lives or in the schools, it will help them to build their knowledge and to get in-depth knowledge on climate change. So this is very educative and we want more of it.
Some of the participating pupils were thankful to the organizers for the program and appealed for its continuity.
We want the organizers to help us to organize more competitions so that it will help us to improve our knowledge on climate change.
At the end of the contest, Farmer Junior High School secured the highest points and were presented with a cash amount to aid them establish a school garden. Anna Sabit, JoyNews, Farmer in the Techiman municipality.
Now, two political parties, the United Front Party and the United Progressive People's Party, are accusing the Electoral Commission of unfairness in the decision to delete their names from the register of political parties in the country. The two parties are part of a list of 17 parties flagged by the EC as failing to meet the constitutional requirement to be political parties. Deputy Chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Dr. Eric Bosman-Asari, has been explaining reasons for the audit.
So far, the exercise has been concluded. When you conclude such a major exercise, you need to have a report for the commissioners to look at it and come up with certain conclusions. Indeed, we had a team that went around the whole country, and at the national office, some of us even took part. The chairperson, myself, the deputy chairman operation, we even went to some of the offices of the political parties. And the commission is currently looking at the report from the field, and based on the outcome of that particular exercise, the commission will have to make a determination. When you look at the law clearly states that political parties are supposed to meet certain requirements. For example, when you look at the district level, they are supposed to operate in 2 tests. of the districts, and we expect that they will have regional, national offices. So as an institution which is supposed to ensure that the political parties conform according to the rules of our country and according to the democratic ethos, we are compelled to make sure that the right things are done. So I believe that the Commission will look at the report critically and will make the findings available to Ghanaians. And when we come to the realization that clearly, based on the law, some parties are not meeting the requirements to exist as political parties, we may end up removing them from the list of political parties.
I'm sure that you on that trip yourself, so you have some first-hand information as to some of the observations that you've made personally on that tour, assessing the political parties. What are some of the worrying trends that you've identified with the interactions with some of these political parties?
No, clearly, Ghana doesn't have a state funding policy of political parties. And this is a country, when you look at the constitution, our constitution encourages multi-party democracy. And any constitution that encourages multi-party democracy, what it actually means is that you believe in the formation of several political parties. So the EC is very, very careful trying to balance. Because if you really want to apply the rule to the letter, maybe we may end up having only one or two political parties in
about going to that,
Ghana.
The duopoly between the NDC and the NPP.
So as an institution, we are also very mindful of what the Constitution requires of us. Constitution encourages multi-party democracy, plurality in our politics. So we must be very careful in having a balance in our system. However, it doesn't also mean that parties will just be existing in names. So that when you have an IPAC, they will just come, but you go to the district or the constituency level, they are not there. So at the highest level of the Commission, we are looking at all this so that we'll come up with a clear framework which will say that because these parties don't meet criterion A or the following criteria, we are going to crack the whip and maybe give them some time to put their houses in order.
But founder of the United Progressive People's Party, Akwesi Adaiodike, says the EC is just not being fair.
It isn't fair for the Electoral Commission to write to a United Progressive Party pinpointing where they couldn't find our office. It is not proper even for the EC to put this statement in public domain. It is unfair to treat us this way. And let me tell you, the law and the law in this country doesn't give EC the mandate to cancel our office.
We don't have all of the time.
All that the EC has to do is to whip us in line.
Okay.
And we are ready to listen to EC, and wherever they think there was a miscommunication, we rectify that.
Meanwhile, co-founder of the United Front Party, Nana Ejini Boateng, told my colleague Blaise Suga the EC is deliberately targeting them.
At the EC level, we don't have any problem.
Now, still on the EC, the former president, John Mahama, says the opposition National Democratic Congress is coming along with its own referee into the 2024 general elections. Citing fallout from the last presidential elections, John Mahama says he's come to the conclusion that the Electoral Commission is not sufficiently independent. He adds that in spite of efforts by the Peace Council to mediate differences between the Commission and the NDC, it has been slow because the commissioners have not availed themselves for dialogue. Now, responding to claims, Dr. Bosman Asari says the EC has no problems with the opposition.
At the EC level, we don't have any problem with any political party. We don't have any problem with the NDC. Right. You know, I think you heard the NDC boycotted IPAC after the 2020 elections. Yeah. All the letters to inviting the parties to IPAC, NDC is always invited.
Oh, you keep inviting them?
Oh, we keep inviting them. The last one I checked on the email list, Mr. Johnson Asiedu received the email. We send letters, we invite.
Right.
So they have boycott. If they are saying they have boycott, but they receive the letters.
So you keep inviting
We
them?
keep inviting.
You don't want to
Hopefully,
stop
we don't
them?
know if this month or next month there will be another IPAC. We will still invite. We recently even wrote a letter to the NDC, to all the political parties, to bring nominations for the continuous registration. We have the modalities.
Oh, okay, so there are some modalities.
So
we'll talk about it. Right.
We wrote to the political parties, and at the IPAC, commission discussed with them and we said we'll give NDC 1 slot, MPP 1 slot, civil society organization, I think we gave them 3 slots.
Right.
And we gave the smaller political parties also 3 slots. So MPP 1, NDC 1, and we gave YC 3 slots. We wrote to the NDC to nominate. The NDC responded to that, and they nominated someone. So we think that we don't have any problem with them. And you know, recently we organized the constituency, regional, national executive election for the MPP. I understand the NDC one. So the NDC will invite us to come and do it. Because by law, we are supposed to supervise it for them. I think the EC takes inspiration from, I think there is a scripture in Hebrews, follow peace with all men. I think Hebrews chapter 12, it talks about that you can have a problem with the EC, but by the nature of our work, we can't have a problem with you. So if NDC writes to us this month that we are organizing our constituency elections, come and do for us, we are ready. Because by law, we are supposed to do that for them. So we don't have any problem. And you know, you said certain things happen and we went to court. I think we went to the court and the evidence was very, very clear that there were no irregularities, there were no illegalities that were pursued by the EC. And all Ghanaians got to know what happened. And indeed, I remember when we saw when they went to court, the charges against the EC. When I read it, I noticed that there was nothing.
And more than 50 schools will be battling from Saturday to next week Tuesday for a place in the quarterfinals of the 2022 National Science and Maths Quiz. The 1/8 stage of the competition promises some thrilling contests, with some pundits describing the contest featuring Prempeh College, St. Thomas Aquinas and Ofoipeni SHS as the finals before the finals. Our journalist, Maxwell Adodba, is with the contestant, and he's been covering this for us. Maxwell, what can you report from the base?
The 1/8 round of competition for the 2022 National Science and Maths Quiz. The contest everyone is talking about here in Kumasi and Ghana and across social media is the one, the reigning champions, Prempeh College, 5-time winners of the National Science and Maths Quiz, and then 1-time winners and 2013 winners, St. Thomas Aquinas, and then the third school that's going to be in that contest is Ofoipeni Senior High School. It's the biggest contest for the 1/8 stage. We have a lot more interesting contests that will be happening from Saturday to Tuesday. We're happy to have with us the contestants from St. Thomas Aquinas and then Prempeh College here with us. Gentlemen, you can join us. Let's start first of all with St. Thomas Aquinas. Let's find out from them how they're getting ready for this contest, which will happen on Sunday morning. Some people have started telling me that, Charlie, as for Sunday, there no church. Tell me, your name, sir?
My name is Delom Roxon.
You're the coordinator?
Yeah, I'm coordinator for Aquinas Senior High School.
Great. Tell me, how prepared is St. Thomas? First of all, what do you make of the draw? When you saw Prempeh College, were you excited? Were you sad? What was the feeling?
Oh, I mean, it's a national competition. So once you are coming, your mind is to make sure that you meet every other school, because you don't come into national competition with a selective school if you want to be a champion. So coming to the competition, we came for championship, and so we are prepared for any school. So meeting them, to me, I mean, it's just like any normal school, because that's what we came in for.
That's what you came in for. But contestants, do you think Prempeh College is just like any regular school? But these are reigning champions. Your name?
Opoku-Emmanuel.
Opoku-Emmanuel.
Yes, please.
Okay. What's the feeling like when you saw the draw? Were you happy?
Yes, please. As my coordinator said, as you're coming into a national competition, you should expect to meet any other schools. So as they prepared, so as we equally also prepared. So we should not tremble or be anxious. Just stay positive and victory will be ours. So that's what it is.
Okay. Your name?
Ben Philip.
Okay. How confident are you that you're going to progress to the quarterfinals after the 1/8 stage? You're meeting the reigning champions, Prempeh College.
Yeah, I acknowledge that they are the reigning champions, but I have a lot of confidence. And we know that the title we have, we are going to take it. As written on our coordinator said, take it back. We know we'll take it back from Prempeh, and we are very confident. Through our preparation, we are confident.
Great. I love that. Your name?
Opesi Michael.
Okay. In the regional qualification contest, St. Thomas Aquinas, you had 69 points to qualify. In the first preliminary contest, you had 85 points, the highest we've seen here at Kumasi. Do you think you can repeat that against Prempeh College?
Yes, we think so, because it's very possible.
It's very possible?
Yes.
Okay. What's the secret for St. Thomas Aquinas?
We carry the conviction that we meet two other schools in the contest. Okay. So we are not meeting only Prempeh, we are meeting Prempeh and Ofuripenyi. Okay. And we came for a contest. So we are coming to do what we've been trained to do and what we have to do.
Okay. What you've been trained to do and what you have to do. Huh. That's a killer line, right? Like you said, SHS Palace, that's a killer line. Okay, I'll come back to you shortly and then we'll wrap up with this. Let me start with a gentleman from Prempeh College, reigning champions. PK Damoa is the coordinator. Sir, you're welcome to JoyNews.
Thank you very much and good morning to everybody.
Great. You're coming up against Ofuripenyi in SHS and then St. Thomas Aquinas. They've had the highest points that we've seen in this at the prelims, 85 points. And they actually qualified with 69 points to get to the national competition. Scary statistics or not scary?
Yes. First of all, we want to say that in Prempeh College, nothing scares us. Okay. When it comes to National Science and Maths quiz, as far as science study and math study is concerned, you cannot underrate Prempeh. And as you know, we won last year, and we have come fully prepared this year, regardless of the school that we are meeting. We are very hopeful to repeat the feats we had last year, and we hope by the close of Sunday, which will be our first contest in this edition, we'll put joy in the faces of all Prempeh.
Aquinas.
Oh, come on. Yeah, we are going to make the Prempeh fraternity very joyful on Sunday. So we are saying they should look out for us. We are going to put up a very splendid performance. We are not leaving any stone unturned. Okay. Great.
Great. Prempeh College. Contestants? What are contestants? Yes. Okay. So, Yunus. Okay, Yunus. Oh, the contestants actually behind. Okay. You're coming up against St. Thomas Aquinas. 85 points, the highest we've seen at the prelims. What do you make of the draw? When you saw St. Thomas Aquinas, I'll ask you too, were you happy?
No.
Or you were sad? You were sad, right?
I wasn't sad.
Okay.
I was a little bit happy because when we start meeting bigger schools, then the journey becomes very easier.
Really?
Yeah. When you start to meet the bigger schools at these lower stages, now when you progress, you become more confident. So you build confidence. So I was a little bit happy, not sad.
So you really want to meet the bigger schools instead at this stage?
Yeah.
So, I mean, assuming without admitting, let's just assume that you qualify for the quarterfinals. You want to play with Presec, I'm sure.
Presec international, so we can't meet Presec.
Okay. Yeah, they are not in your pot, but I'm just saying. Let's just assume you want to meet a school like Presec, right?
If they are
in the caliber and stature of Presec, right?
If they are to meet us, you also prepare for them. Yes.
This is what Sifa. This is Sifa Boache Lionel. Okay, tell me, when you saw the draw with Aquinas, what's the feeling like for you?
I didn't feel any much because during any balloting, it's expected that a school from the prelims will be paired with a seeded school. So I think it's normal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You think it's normal? Okay. Who's the third contestant? What should we expect?
You should expect the very best from us. I trust my boys. They can do best.
Okay. So you're not scared of their 85 points?
No, please. We are not scared at all.
You're not scared of the 85 points? You are not?
Not at all.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, gentlemen, for talking to us. You want to sing your anthem for us? You want? Okay.
Prempeh College, we perform better when we meet strong schools. Okay. So, and there's one thing I know. Every school that meets Prempeh College rather panics. So we are going to show to them that we are Prempeh College. And this is something very simple for us to do. Just like Presec, we love to meet schools like Presec, so we put them to the level where they belong.
Okay.
So it's something.
You are no student?
No, I'm a quiz master, mathematics quiz master. Yeah.
Prempeh College quiz master.
Of course.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Great. I hear someone wants to talk. Nicholas.
Yes, sir.
Team leader. He's a contestant. Okay, but you want to talk. Tell us, what should we expect?
Oh, you should expect what Prempeh College is known for. Yes, we should expect what Prempeh College is known for. Last year, we came to have very wonderful conversations with Dr. Kaufman. This year, we are looking forward to having another wonderful conversation with her. And once again, we want to...
Wait, what do you mean by wonderful conversation? Answering the questions is wonderful conversation?
Yes, for us, when it comes to science and maths quiz,
it's conversation. Like
we don't see it as a competition. We see it as a game that we are playing.
It's a game. It's a game and conversation. So
yes.
For you, like you're just chatting with the quiz mistress.
Yes.
It's not like you are working and sweating to answer questions.
No, we are using just our brains to communicate with the quiz mistress. Okay. Yes.
Thank you very much, Nicholas. Yeah, so you had it. We can't wait for Sunday. It's definitely going to be a Sunday service here at the KNUST because that contest is taking place in the morning. Prempeh College, reigning champions, Prempeh College, 2013 winners, one-time winners, St. Thomas Aquinas, and then Oforipenin Senior High School. Gentlemen, thanks so much for talking to us. We can't wait to see all of you on stage. Thank you.
This is News Next with me, Ernest Kojo-Manu. You want to stay with us for all the updates on the National Science and Maths Quiz. We're taking a break on where it and we'll bring you sports. There's some development on the GPL. You want to stay for that. Let's have sports now here on News Desk, and Lawrence joins me in the studio. Lawrence, there's an update on the GPL. You know that the issue was taken to court by Ashanti Gold. And today, the hearing has already happened just a few minutes ago. Fentu Tahir, Fentu is with us on the line, joins us with some update on the hearings today. Fent, we understand it's been adjourned, but tell us the details in court, how things transpired.
So moments ago, the two parties stormed out of court. The GFA visibly very, very upset.
Okay.
And all of it being that, as things stand, there is still no end in sight, even in terms of when this particular case will even be heard. Because basically, what happened in court today was a matter of procedural irregularities, and whether the GFA or the Ashanti Go themselves were right in filing a supplementary affidavit. So apparently what happened was when the GFA filed the application for injunction yesterday, I believe, they came back to the court to file a supplementary affidavit, additional information based on, which was as a result of the GFA's response. And today in court, it was all about arguing whether or not Ashanti Gold were right to file that supplementary affidavit. So it wasn't even a case of the court hearing the application for injunction. It was about whether or not Ashanti Gold were right to file that affidavit. In the end, the GFA objected, but both Ashanti Gold's supplementary affidavit and the GFA's objections were struck out. And now we have 2 days to work with. The first date is Monday, 17th of October. That is when Ashanti Gold should come to the court to file for permission to now file, because they call it leave, okay, to file for a leave, to now file the affidavit itself, the supplementary affidavit itself. So on Monday, Ashanti Gold will be back here to seek the permission of the court, a leave to file the affidavit. And if that leave is granted, then Thursday, Ashanti Gold will now come. Yes. Okay, so they'll file on Monday, and then they'll come on Thursday for it to be determined. So on Thursday, that's when both parties will be back to court. On Monday, only Ashanti Gold will be here to file for that leave. And then on Thursday, the two parties will be back to court for the judge to determine whether it's going to grant Ashanti Gold that leave to file the supplementary affidavit. So all of that will have to be cleared, will have to happen even before the court starts to hear the application for the interlocutory injunction. So what it means is that while all of this is happening, the league remains suspended. It's basically where we are at the moment.
Right. Thank you very much. And so, Lawrence, I mean, the substantive argument has not yet been heard by the judge, but the league remains suspended because the Ghana Football Association has decided to respect the process. I mean, there are some lawyers who say until it's granted, we could still go ahead. But I think that the legal counsel of the GFA has decided to respect the court process until this is said. But it appears we are going to spend some more time than we anticipated in court.
If you follow the Premier League, this is not new to the football fanatics or the people who actually follow football in Ghana. It's a worrying situation, and then we can only hope that things are fast-tracked so we can enjoy our football again. Because at the moment, if the league is down, that means we are having no active players, and then the suggestion that we should take some players to the World Cup may be invalid.
Right. Lawrence, thank you very much. And let's see how this pans out. You're watching News Tech with me, Ernest Kojo-Manu. Time now for business after this break.
Hi, welcome to Business. My name is Darryl Kwao. The Social Security and National Insurance Trust, SNIT, has assured contributors of protecting their investments. Speaking at the 2022 SNIT Employers Breakfast meeting, the Director General of the Trust, Dr. John Ofori-Tenkrang, said though the scheme has recorded some negative returns on their portfolios in the past, it is committed to restructuring all non-performing investments to yield the needed benefits. There is more in this report.
SNIT Employers Breakfast Meeting is a platform created by SNIT to strengthen the relationship between the trust and employers. Responding to issues raised about negative returns recorded on some of the trust investments, the Director General of SNIT, Dr. Ofori-Tenkrang, said the scheme is committed to restructuring all non-performing investments to yield the needed benefits. He added that a lot of the non-performing investments are legacy assets which may have decreased in value over a long period of time.
Well, I want to assure members and clients that we are very much engaged in managing our investment portfolio. You know, investments go in cycles. When you have a portfolio, some do well and some don't do well. And you restructure them, and then some of them will recover. So we have an investment team that is fully engaged in trying to make sure that non-performing investments are performing. I like to say also that a lot of the investments that you see that may not be doing so well, they are all legacy investments that were done a long time ago. So I just want to put it in context that it is not, the things that you read about is not something that we've recently done. What we are doing is restructuring some of them, those that we can, those that we feel that we are not suited to be a majority shareholder, and we need to invite people who are in that business to come and partner with us. We are doing same.
Speaking on the importance of engaging stakeholders, Dr. John Ofori-Tenkrang said such engagements deepen their understanding and explores ways to improve the operations of the scheme. This, he believes, enables the trust to improve the delivery of their service and enhance compliance.
Stakeholder engagement like this is, for us, is very important because when the various stakeholders understand what we do and the value that we bring to them, because it's a money business, you always need to communicate value. When they do understand, then issues like compliance become easy because they will readily pay to make sure that their employees are protected.
Participants who attended the forum lauded SNIT for their effort to engage employers, but were quick to call for similar engagement with employees.
So for me, it's been very good, and I know that the next one will be very, very engaging. I'm calling for similar engagement with the employees, who are key stakeholders. When we begin to address them like we have addressed the employers, I believe the entire cycle would have been completed.
The education should extend to a lot of boundaries because most of Ghanaians are lacking the SNIT education. So there are some people that when you are doing the deduction, they will ask, since where are they taking my money to, and all that kind of thing. They should just come out for us to know much about them so that everybody will just contribute.
Organized under the theme Sustainability of the SNIT Scheme, the role of employers, the forum also provided a platform to discuss challenges facing employers concerning the scheme and how they can be resolved. A second meeting is expected to be held in Takoradi later this month.
And that's business. Handing it over to Ernest.
Dara, thank you very much for bringing us business. And that's our show this morning. We have more stories on myjoyonline.com. We're back at midday with more stories from around the world. Stay with us.